Welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 479. And as always, is the nerd. You're going to hear the host, show alongside our wonderful co host, and Yoda.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, man? What's up? How you doing?
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. What's it called? Luis wanted to go pick up some stuff from the mall, so we went to today, and I have walked a lot more than I have walked in a bit. So I'm kind of tired as well, but I gotta say it was a lot of fun getting out and being able to go walk around. So yeah,
That's good.
only
Good to
thing
hear.
freaking cold. So.
Still cold over there?
Yeah, Brad. Surprisingly, it is very much still cold here. Yeah, yeah. You would think it'd be over, right? But it's not. It's not in the least.
I mean, the weather
But
was perfect here.
yeah, yeah. Is it starting to get really hot?
No, not in my area. Like, I'm sure in other areas north of me, it's starting to get really hot. But where I'm at, the weather was like beautiful.
That's good. So at least what's it called? It's not getting like insanely bad, but like it's still like pretty good weather per se.
Yeah. So it's not stay in the house, turn on the AC.
Yep, yep. Apparently back home it's like really bad. It's like actually like pretty. It was like 90 yesterday back
Damn.
home. Yeah, yeah. Eric had to go back home, so he's like, damn, dude, it's fucking hot right now. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's been a day, y'all. It's been a lot of fun today, and we are here to go ahead and begin our month looking at some films directed by women. And if you are on the Patreon, you already know what we are going to be covering because I went ahead and I posted a little bit of our like look at April of what we're doing, and if Brad doesn't have any like jury duty stuff, so we'll
No,
see.
tomorrow apparently.
Yeah, tomorrow. Damn. But oh well, all right. Today we're going to be commencing it with "Real Women Have Curves," and this was my pick. So I won the coin toss. We just did it on the Mania watch along, and I didn't get the chance to like say the picks and stuff because we were also preoccupied with WrestleMania. But yeah, we're just what's it called that we're gonna be commencing this month, and I'm happy because I've been wanting to like finally bring up this film because I remember watching this like really really young and when I was young, and I'm glad that I finally got to revisit it as an adult. So yeah, Aiden's in the chat. It's never over. But it's a dry, cold night like Arizona, Bamadelphia.
Indeed.
Indeed, Stacy. Indeed. Glad to have you in the chat, Stacy and Aiden. Stacy, it's been a while since I can say like you were in here for this show.
Hmm.
You've been missing out a couple of one of these days, man. What's going on? Usually we have you in here,
Stacy
but
busy.
Stacy busy now. Yep. But yeah, man. I just what's it called? I'm really excited to get started on this, and yeah, I wanted to do this originally in March, and I also wanted to do a second part to our Black Cinema Month on February, but we all know what the hell happened. We all know how that went down. So April, we're gonna do this. We'll see what we do in May, but for now, hopefully Brad doesn't have jury duty, and we get to do this month accordingly. But yeah, WrestleMania was a lot longer than we expected, so this is why we didn't do it on Monday because
Hmm.
Brad didn't get a chance to watch Real Women Have Curves until Tuesday. So we're here to do it today. But of course, if you have not watched the film, you should watch it because it's on HBO Max. So that's how you're going to be able to find it. But if you haven't watched it and you care about spoilers, then this is your spoiler warning. So that way you don't get spoiled. But if you don't care about spoilers or you already have seen the film, go ahead and click off. Either way, how this goes is your one and only spoiler warning. It is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, man. You ready?
I'm
Let's
ready.
do this. Because I have to read. And it's a good amount. Which I'm glad. I'm glad it's a good amount. Yeah. Real Women Have Curves is a 2002 American comedy drama film directed by Patricia Cardoso based on the play of the same name by Josefina Lopez, who co authored the screenplay for the film with George Lavu. The film stars America Ferrera in her feature film debut as protagonist Ana Garcia. It gained fame after winning the Audience Award for Best Dramatic Film and the Special Jury Prize for acting in the 2002 Sundance Film Festival. The film went on to receive the Youth Jury Award at the San Sebastian International Film Festival, the Humanitarian Prize, the Imogen Award, and the special recognition by the National Board of Review. According to the Sundance Institute, the film gives a voice to young women who are struggling to love themselves and find and who are struggling to love themselves and find respect in the United States. Real Women Have Curves broke many conventions of traditional Hollywood filmmaking and became a landmark in the American independent film. According to Entertainment Weekly, it is one of the most influential movies of the 2000s and cast a wide shadow over the new generation of filmmakers to come. The movie is cited for showing the impact a movie could have in the culture, and it is acclaimed for its nuanced portrayal of Los Angeles. In 2019, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. In 2021, Forbes reported that a musical adaptation was being developed. Nice. Um, of course, what's it called? Patricia Cardoso directs it. Of course, all that stuff. America Ferrera, Lupe Ontiveros, and George Lopez star in the film. Cinematography by Jim Deneau, edited by Sloan Clevin, and the music is done by Heitor Pereira, and it sits at an hour and 33 minutes, and it made $7.7 million worldwide, which I'm going to at least bet here that it was made for under 2 mil. I want to say it was for under 2 mil. There's no way it wasn't. Like, but yeah. Brad, I'll go ahead and pass it on to you, man. What did you think about Real Women Have Curves?
First off, I like this film.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely tell it's kind of low budget movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, when was this? This was
2002.
2002. So
Shot
this
in
is early
2001.
2000s. So camera, like, it's not going to be like the most graphically great looking, like a Marvel movie or some shit. But for what was filmed, it was pretty great. Some of the acting, mainly I would say from the lead actress, was a little stiff in places. So this felt like her debut in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which it was.
yeah. So so I'm not holding that too much against them. Some of the acting felt stiff. I mean, you can tell some of the actors or actresses, they just they probably knew them, so they were like, "Hey, you want to be in a film?" or something to that degree. I will say though that I love the father in this. Like, that was my favorite actor in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just something like clicked with him, and he was just phenomenal in this. But yeah, I love the story. I love just this kind of you know this growing up. It's a coming of age movie, of course. The ending had me a little confused in that it's like, I got away from my mom. Fuck it, New York. So it's kind of what it felt like. Like it's like she's branching out, but her mom never like figured shit out. And I guess that was kind of the point of the film. She just moved on with her life.
Yeah. I could also give you the cultural significance about that.
Leaving the nest, yes.
Yeah, and also
Especially,
just how important the role of the mother is, and
yeah,
how even at that final part, even through all the shit, there's still a somewhat of a subconscious wanting of the approval of the mother. And when the mother is taking every single what's it called pride, and sticking to her pride and not wanting to go out there for her daughter, you can tell that eventually she's going to regret that, and it's going
hmm
to come back to bite her in the ass.
yeah. And
But
just how like she even used the grandfather, like, you're gonna leave your grandfather. Like, she
yeah,
even used that, and it's just like, well, that's kind of manipulative in a way, but
very.
then the grandfather ends up being the one to tell her to go.
Yep. Yep. I love this film. I think this film is one of the not quintessential, but whenever anybody asks about like, oh, what are some Chicano films that I can watch, and of course you can always bring up like Blood In Blood Out, American Me, Stand and Deliver. I always bring up Real Women Have Curves, specifically because not a lot of films at the time were showing were discussing this, about like big women, but especially big Latinas who were very self conscious about their bodies, and
Yeah.
how that the culture was stigmatizing them, and how they were making them feel like they weren't worthy of love and success because they were fat. And I'm this film exists, and it's one that I always kind of show to people because it's like, oh, this is one that you wouldn't imagine this movie exists, but it does exist, especially because a lot of movies have kind of done this
Hmm.
after. And like I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Watch this and watch Lady Bird right after. You're gonna find a whole lot of similarities. Enough for me to want to raise an eyebrow and say, "Oh, this feels a little suspicious
Stolen.
here."
Stolen. Are we saying it was Sergio Leone?
I don't want to what's it called? Put something on someone. I just want to say what's it called? There might have been some liberties taken, and but I love this movie. I love the very like ragtag, like old school kind of like
Filming way,
filming of it. Like
like a
it
Robert
looks,
Rodriguez esque.
yeah, like it's literally used as like probably cheap film stock.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean that's what it looks like. It's like I'm saying, that doesn't hurt how I visualize the film. It's just it's noticeable. That's
yeah,
a lot of these filmmakers who either didn't have a budget, couldn't have it. That's what they use, and
yeah,
this movie actually turned out great. Um, yeah. So this movie is basically about this 18-year-old who's you know she's basically loves herself, but her mom can't let
doesn't.
her, just because the mom just doesn't love herself, because my guess is through generations,
Yeah,
like all the women have been treated that way.
yeah, and then like also just you know how that affected the older daughter, and
Yeah.
like how it's really hard to grow up in a family and be one of the first to go to college.
Yeah.
But it's
And
also
then,
really hard to want to go and for your family to be like, no, you don't,
what?
you shouldn't go because you need to work,
Yeah, we
because you
need
need
you
to
to
stay with us.
work. Yeah.
What's up, Kylie? Thank you for being here. How are you doing?
Hey, Kylie.
Guys, I'm here here the real hygiene
Flyer champ.
high flyer champion. Yeah, yeah. But and this is just such a beautiful movie, man. And I love that part where I don't remember his name, but old white boy and her are about to do it,
And he
and
turns
she's
off the
like,
lights.
yeah, turn on the
What?
lights. He goes,
I'm like,
I
what the
want you
fuck
to
are you
see
doing?
me. Come, yeah, bro. First of all, like,
Dumbass.
come on, dog.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Who the
First of all,
fuck
dog,
turned
come
off the
on.
lights?
Yeah,
Fuck, turn on
that's
every fucking
movies.
light. What are we talking about?
That's movie stuff, bro. Come on, like,
Yeah, stop with that
yeah,
bullshit. Like, we
yeah.
want to see.
Yeah. And he's just like, I want you to see me as I am. And it's like, yeah. And, I want you to appreciate me for every curve I have on my body, and, the stretch marks, and, the rolls. And it's just like a beautiful movie that kind of speaks out to like, generation of women who have been like viewing themselves through the lens of a beauty standard that was like, unattainable.
Can I also just say I was not expecting George Lopez in this movie?
Oh,
Like when
yeah.
he fucking
Yeah.
popped up, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you watched it, Kylie. I'm glad you
Yeah.
watched it. Yeah. Only thing I'm gonna go ahead and just pull out, like whoever did the closed captioning for this on HBO Max doesn't know the difference between Spanish and Portuguese,
Oops.
because when the song Minha Galera by Manu Chao is playing, it says singing in Spanish, and Minha Galera is in Portuguese. Some of it is in Spanish, but it's mostly in Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I was like, y'all couldn't like
Did did you
research.
happen to watch this past like the ending when the credits started, just because the music really? And then it
Yeah.
gets to the point where she's talking to the, I guess, the elderly neighbor who's singing,
Oh
And
yeah, yeah,
yeah, the elderly neighbor is like, "You want me to sing the same song?"
yeah. I thought that was hilarious because it's like, but it's true. Like, imagine explaining to some old lady, it's old Mexican lady, like, "Hey, I want you to sing for me," and then she doesn't get the take right, and then having to
Yep.
explain, "Hey, can we do that again? Because I need to redo it." Or
I know
like,
so many
"Hey,"
other songs.
or like having to explain, like, "I know this is like the fourth take, but I'm doing it from a different angle. Can you please do that again?" It's like, no, I know other songs. Why are you making me sing this one? What?
Let's sing this one again. Fuck.
Yeah.
I
I
thought it
love
was
it.
funny because I was just sitting there listening to music, and then that popped up. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That's pretty cool to like leave
Yeah.
towards the end.
Yeah. I love that, especially because she's like, no, 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 the Italian one, sing that one. But no, it, yeah. Um, I'll agree though. It's called America Ferrera's acting is kind of stiff here. A lot of the actors acting is kind of stiff, but
Yeah, I mean that's but like
yeah,
they're not professionally trained actors in this. Like
no,
I don't think any of them. Not even the dad, although the dad was fucking exceptional. Like I will go
no,
out on a limb and say that man
no,
like hit it.
Brad, hold on. What's it called? The mom? You know who the mom played?
Hmm.
Yolanda in
Yolanda.
Selena.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
She
that's
did.
Yolanda, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I still think her acting was kind of stiff.
Yeah,
I just think like, and I don't it could be the writing in some places
yeah,
cuz some of the dialogue ain't the best. Um but again, that's not like every part of this film. It's like just certain acts here and there.
yeah.
Uh but I liked it. I thought it was a
I
good
liked
movie. I
it.
think this is a movie everyone should watch.
Yeah.
Um
I also think like it also gets so many things about the culture, right? Like, the gossiping at work, the importance of work and the importance of, the family and stuff like that. Also, like, you gave me a really high praise, Brad. You said this reminded you of my short film.
yeah, before I leave. So it really does. I mean, a lot of parts of it it's kind of, to me it looked visually and, it looked kind of like the film you made. That's how I
Mm.
feel.
Yeah. Well, thanks. A completely different film, right? I didn't steal from this one.
Completely
Yeah.
different film, but it felt in the same sense,
Hmm.
like of family and just kind of in stories of I like I don't know. It just felt very similar. It's not the same movie at all. You didn't Sergio Leone it. Um, that's that, but yeah, that's because yours was kind of like a movie of growing up in a way and dealing with family issues, and this
Yeah.
kind of felt the same
Yeah.
in that kind of wavelength.
Well, I thank you either way. That's like really high praise for me to be compared to a movie that I feel like I hold to a really certain regard. Only steals hearts. LOL, not movie ideas. That's right,
Hey,
Kylie. I only steal hearts. Not yet, though. But I appreciate you, Kylie. But yeah, I think the acting's a bit stiff, and I think that the pacing isn't the best, but I think
I, I,
I still for an hour and 33 minutes, bro. I loved
I,
every minute
I
of it.
mean, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really complain. I mean, I've seen a lot worse movies take the same amount of time. uh, but like, I love the setting they put this in. You can tell they just basically filmed it on
On
the
location.
street that was probably near their house.
Hmm.
The only thing I'm wondering is like that white boy was that white boy was kind of brave.
There, my boy was into Latinas, bro.
Yeah, like
He made it 100% clear that, especially to the point where he's like, "I'm trying to learn this language so I can communicate with you." But white boy, even though he grew up in a nice neighborhood, he knew where his tastes lied.
he knew where his tastes were, which leads you to go to certain areas where you
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be going.
You do know though that he was in a other movie that we watched, right?
Was he? He looked familiar.
Terminator 3: Rise of the
Oh
Machines.
fuck! For fuck's sake!
Morbius. Yeah. Oh man, I mean, Brad. Sometimes it just happens, bro. We find him like this, but that was also his debut, and
Yeah,
I
I
could,
mean, it
yeah,
wasn't like like, and when it's an actor or actress's debut, you can't hold them to the highest standard because, you get your first film jitters and all that shit, and you're just trying to remember your fucking dialogue, and
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily come out right. I can't hold that too much against them for this film.
yeah. But either way, I love this film, and I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10. It's a very important film. If you ever do want to, dive into the subgenre of Chicano films, this is one of them that you should start with. As always, I also always recommend Stand and Deliver because I freaking love that movie. I love Edward James Olmos in that movie, and yeah, Brad, what are you gonna go ahead and give this film?
I'm going to give this film an 8.5 out of 10.
And a half out of 10. All right, man. No professional acting. Better acting than Jared Leto on any superhero movie. He's going 0 for 2 at
Kylie's
this
not
point.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his first superhero movie?
Suicide Squad?
Oh fuck, I forgot.
Going 0 for 2
I
on
burned
that
that
point.
from my brain.
Yeah. Burn it from your brain. But of course, we do appreciate you all so much for being in here while we discuss this film. We want to thank our Patreon supporters for making this possible. Thank you so much, y'all, for making every show here on the Nerdcore Podcast Network possible. And of course, you all are amazing, and we can't thank you enough. Of course, we want to thank our executive producer, Shane. Where can you find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/SXRK and on Twitter at SXRK underscore. I think I fucking forgot. It's been a
Thrifted
long week.
IL.
It's been a
Thrifted.
long week, okay?
Yeah. Thrifted IL so much that
Yeah.
Brad forgot that he was supposed to be on play yesterday.
Okay, I got it. On Twitter at XSRK underscore. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, Thrifted IL. Oak Park. What's it called?
Go buy
Oak
something.
Park.
Go buy something from the Suppy God.
Yeah.
Support the Suppy God. Love the Suppy God.
Yeah. What's it called? Vintage Illinois Vintage Fest 7's coming up, y'all. Go and check that out with him. And of course,
Tell the man to
freaking
put up
Prison
his
City.
site again. Like, I need to buy shit from him.
He doesn't want to manage it. So he
No,
says like,
I get he doesn't want to manage it, but it's hard to buy anything from him.
yeah, I don't fucking live in Illinois. But yeah, man, go and check him out. Oakcrest, Illinois, Prison City Vintage, and yeah, go and check that out, y'all. So we want to thank our writers, especially Tony
Hey, Tony.
at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter. Want to thank our Kylie. Thank you, Kylie. Kylie PLI on Instagram. Kylie P Sports 90, I believe, is on Twitter. I need to double check that. And Kylie, you're going to be in for a surprise at the end because I did add your name to the credits.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But thank you to our writers for making this possible as well. If you want to go ahead and become a part of the Patreon, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcore. We have tiers starting as low as $1 that gets you access to a big back catalog. Big back catalog.
Big old back catalog.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
But
back catalog.
I mean, crazy, man. It's
Huge.
5 years worth of freaking
Slap worthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you smack it or did you grab it?
Yeah. Go grab the Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdcore. Across the universe, we'll be looking at that next week, hopefully, right? That's Brad's first pick for this month. And from there we'll keep going, y'all. But I'm really excited because there's some films that I've been wanting to check out that we put here. And I'm very excited to show some of these films to Brad as well, because there's our Patreon mini will be one that I adore, but I've been wanting to show Brad for a while. But of course, y'all, I don't know right now how it's looking. If I will be on tomorrow, I'm a little, because I'm going to dinner, so I don't know if I'll be here on time. But live show will still go on, hopefully, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll find out.
I might be asleep.
Fuck off, Brad.
Might be dead tired.
Yeah. Either way, we're gonna have a Moon Knight review this weekend. I promise you all. If it's not on Friday, it's on Saturday. So
I have watched them. So
yeah, I have watched them too. So
second episode was fucking
brilliant, bro. Brilliant. Of course, we'll catch you all tomorrow or Saturday. But in the meantime, Brad, go ahead and send them off.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all those who joined us in chat today. We all love you. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us insane. Thank you to all those who listen to us. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, all I have to say is if it's too hot in the shop, take off your clothes and iron in your underwear.
Yeah,
Young
sound like
Yoda out.
anybody's walking in.